All right, so we're going to go ahead and be doing a few series of videos that goes over the answers for the study guide for the cumulative, so chapters 1 through 4 and 11. So this one we're going to be doing numbers 1 through 5, and if you look in the comments, in the description, there will be a link to each individual one, so if you want to jump to a specific problem that you had a question on, you don't have to necessarily watch the whole video. So we're going to go ahead and start on 1. It says, write an expression for the following: 10 less than a product of 5 and x. So what we're going to go ahead and do is we're going to go ahead and see that it says 10 less than. Less than is a switch word, okay? Less already we know means to subtract, but because it says less than, we're going to go ahead and take this 10 and bring it to the back, okay? So we're going to be subtracting 10 from this as opposed to doing 10 minus this. I'll lay it out and then I'm going to give you another example of that. So the product means multiplication, okay? So we're going to be doing the product of 5 and x, which we can just put as 5x. And then we're going to do 10 less than that, okay? So with 10 less than, think about if you said that your age is 10 less than mine, you're going to do my age, and you're going to just subtract 10 from that. So 10 less than comes to the end. All right, so that's number 1. For number 2, it says to evaluate. So with x equaling 5 and y equaling 2, we're going to go ahead and plug those values in here. So we have 3. We're going to use parentheses when we plug in, especially if there's a number outside, meaning to multiply here. So we have 3 times 5 minus 4, and then instead of the y, we're putting a 2 minus 2. All right, so we're going to go ahead and multiply first, according to PEMDAS. Because it's split up by subtraction, we can actually do both these multiplication at the same time, because even if we do this first, the next thing we're going to have to do is this anyway. So 3 times 5 is 15, minus 8 minus 2. So now we go left to right because all we have is subtraction. So 15 minus 8 is 7. Minus 2, and then lastly, we have 5. So that's our answer here. All right, for number 3, this one is pretty short. It says -2 minus 4. So we're gonna do keep change opposite to change this negative into a positive, also known as the additive inverse. But I also want us to talk about considering not changing it, all right, and at least viewing it from this standpoint. So say we had 0, right, and we subtract 2, right? We're obviously at -2. Then we subtract 4 more. We're going to keep going in that negative direction. So it's really -2 and then minus 4 more. We're getting to -6, right? Here's 0, minus 2, and then minus 4 more. We're at this -6 zone, all right? But we'll also show it with the additive inverse. So -2 plus -4, right? Keep change opposite. This is -2 plus -4, kind of like what I was saying here. We're going to add these together. 2 plus 4 is 6, and the answer is in the negative direction. So -6 is our answer. All right, number 4, we have a one-step equation here. So because it's an equation, we're going to draw a line to separate our two sides. Right now we have w that we want to get by itself. 6 is on the same side of it. Okay, so we have a positive 6. We want to subtract 6. Okay, we're going to do it to both sides to keep it balanced. 6 minus 6 is 0, so it goes away. And all that's left on the left side is w. 3 minus 6, that is -3. Okay, so our answer here, let's get our focus right. There we go. Our answer here is -3. We can go ahead and plug it back in for w and see if this makes sense. This is +3, which is in fact true. So this checks out. So our answer is, we'll rewrite it, w equals -3. All right, last problem for this video is number 5. So right again, we are going to solve this equation. Okay, this is not a proportion. Okay, although it might look like it. Let's rewrite what a proportion looks like. This is an example of a proportion, all right, where we're going to go ahead and use cross products. That is not the case here. Okay, this is a fraction multiplying by a variable. So we're going to go ahead and I'm actually going to simplify these because 3/6 is, I know it simplifies to 1/2. So this is 1/2 a is equal to, and this one we can actually simplify too, divided by 2 divided by 2, which gets us to 1/3. So this, again, just made our problem a little bit easier for us. Afterwards, I'll actually solve it again with it just as it was, in case anybody did it that way. So here I see 1/2 times a. Now, you would think that the inverse of this is to divide by 1/2 because multiplying the inverse is division. Now, if we want to go ahead and cross out a fraction, though, what we're going to be doing is instead multiplying by the reciprocal. Okay, so we can multiply by 2 over 1, we're going to do the same thing over here. Okay, so this will cross out, this will cross out. All that's left is a. So if we do 2 times a half, that equals just 1. That's what we're looking for. And then over here we can multiply across. This is 2 over 3. And this is our answer, actually in simplest form as well. So that's our answer. Just really quick, let's take it back to this, and I'll do it without simplifying first in case you did it that way. Okay, so again, we're going to multiply by the reciprocal. This cross cancels, and we do the same thing over here. Multiply by 6 over 3. When you're multiplying here, the 6's can cross out, and we end up with 2 over 3. Okay, so both ways work. That is all for this video.